Having just passed the first anniversary of our time here at Norwich, we have recently been offered a brand new contract already. And not only that, if things go well over the next couple of fixtures, we might find ourselves on top of the Premier League. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Norwich, the Ferguson save in the future, Part 9, Season 2, here at Norwich. And not only have I been offered a brand new contract around the time of the first anniversary of being here, but if you look at the table, things are very interesting indeed. And we have continued our remarkable form, and we are in second place in the league. We have played 14, we have 30 points. Manchester City are above us just by virtue of one goal in terms of goal difference. So this is dreamland, and we have done this without the aid of our top striker Lewis Wilden, as he has been out for pretty much most of the season so far, having played only a handful of games at the beginning of the season. We do look forward to having him back, but at the moment it doesn't seem to be making much difference. But before we go into what's been going on and off the pitch, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then you are in the right place for sure. So why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support that very good cause that you can see scrolling up above. This channel has been set up to support the British Heart Foundation. And today we will be playing two fixtures in the Premier League. We will be at home to Wolves, and then we will have an away trip at Aston Villa. And if we have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us, when you were with us last you saw us beating Leeds away by 3-0, stopping the rot in that game. And then we followed that with a comfortable 2-0 away victory at Bournemouth, and that was followed by another 2-0 victory at home to Blackburn. And then we followed that up with a 2-0 away victory at West Brom. These are games that we should have won, and we won fairly comfortably. But then the biggest result of all, when we beat Newcastle at home by 2-1. Newcastle, who fielded a number of tired players, we were not tired, and we scored 2 goals very early on, and Newcastle never were able to come back after that. And in the end, we ran out fairly comfortable winners by 2-1. And that brings us to today's game against Wolves at home, and then we will be away at Aston Villa. And if we can get maximum points out of these 2 games, who knows what the table will look like at the end of this episode. It will be fantastic if we can somehow, with a little bit of luck, finish on top of the Premier League. And if we take a look at our current injury situation, we do have a number of concerns. We have Andy Hillman out. He is the right winger. He's going to be out for around about 3 to 4 weeks. We have Zerkarioki. He's got a twisted ankle. He's likely to be out for another 1 to 2 days, which probably means he's not going to be able to start against Wolves. And then Ollie Banks, a fringe player, central defender. He's expected to be out for 5 weeks or 2 months. I'm guessing probably around about 2 months. And then the biggest upset of all, Lewis Wilden, who is currently out with a twisted ankle. He's expected to be out for another 2 weeks or so, and this is his second spell on the sidelines. But even without Lewis Wilden recently, the squad has been performing particularly well. And if we have a look at their average ratings, you can see that top is Mbemba, but he has only made 1 appearance as a substitute, and he has an average rating of 7.8. But behind him is Lewis Wilden with 7.37, Zaprapoulos with 7.33, Ahanach has 7.29, Kitambala with a 7.26, Jay Neal has a 7.25. Our 19-year-old promising attacking midfielder is playing extremely well. He's followed by Pook, Banks, Fortes and many others, all who have extremely good average ratings as we come towards the halfway point of the season. And looking at goals scored, of course it's going to be Wilden. He has 11 goals from 12 appearances, followed by Clark Pook with 6 goals from 16 appearances, and Kitambala, he has 3 goals from 15 appearances. Top assists is Kitambala with 6 assists and Fortes with 6 assists. Zaprapoulis also has 5 assists, and then the rest of the assists are spread out among the rest of the squad. It has been a remarkable beginning to this season, and long may it continue. But we've got to focus on this game against Wolves. And of course we will be without Wilden, but we do have, of course, Jay Neal or Marcos to choose from. And both of those have stepped up to the plate in his absence. We have a big decision to make today, but it's a good decision to have to make as both players are in very good form. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today against Wolves is Gotts in goal, with Allen, Silva, Lasharas and McSweeney at the back. Ahanach and Fortes will accompany Zaprapoulis on the wing, and Neil, Puk and Marcos will play up front. I have decided to play both Neil and Marcos. We've dropped Kitambala because he has not been in the best of form of late. Puk is a little bit nervous about his battle with Mazinho, but I think he should just concentrate on his attacking performance and not worry too much about the fullback that he's up against. And I believe this is a good enough team to go and win. It is a rotated team, and we do have to give players games, and as we have a game coming up shortly after against Villa, I think it is a good game to rotate players. Wolves are obviously a dangerous side, and we need to play well and to actually defend well. We have dropped the line back a little bit, but we are asking the players to step up more in order to put pressure on their midfield when the ball is turned over. And here is McSweeney. McSweeney passes it up the line to Puk. Puk has given it away. He was anxious about his battle, and there's a ball over the top, but it's easily defended. And that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that defensively we are solid and can cope with those through balls that are going over the top. We do need to keep an eye on Puk, and he needs just to relax, and I'm going to tell him, actually, give him a little bit of a shout and tell him just to relax a little bit, and just tell him to calm down and enjoy his football. And here is Neil. Neil is bursting into the box. Jay Neal has a chance, and it has gone wide. It's gone out for a corner. It was saved. Jay Neal, 19 years old. What a player he is going to be. If we can keep hold of him, he will be pretty much the focus of everything we are going to do. And at the moment, we are taking the game to Wolves. We have most of the possession. We've had all the chances. Defensively, we have looked very solid at the back. And there's another free kick, another chance, and another header goes over the crossbar. It remains Norwich 0, Wolves 0. We've pretty much got this game, I think, worked out. And Manchester City are still 0-0 with Sunderland, and it is going to be a corner for Wolves, and it's headed clear at the near post. Comes out to a Wolves player. They're going to get the ball back into the box. It's back to the fullback. Puk needs to take the ball off him. Beautiful tackle by Neil. Neil has done very, very well there, but he's lacking support, but he's held on to the ball. Well done, Jay Neal. He is a super young player. Gives it to Fortes. Fortes to Lasharas. Lasharas finds Ahanach. Ahanach to Fortes. Fortes looking over the top, and there's the pace of Marcos. Marcos is in. Can he score? It's a great save again. It goes behind for a corner. We are totally dominating this game. I think we made a good decision to play Marcos up top. He does have the pace to worry this defence of Wolves. We do have another corner headed over the crossbar. We're not doing particularly well from set pieces this season, but we just need to continue doing what we're doing, and I think we will win this game. Wolves are still yet to have a shot, but they have now had one as I speak. Commentators curse. But we are dominating this football match, and we should win it. Fortes, and here is Puk. Puk is not having a great game, but it has come out to McSweeney, and McSweeney puts it past the post when it would have been easier to score. All the match momentum is with Norwich. Wolves are not in this game. We just need to tell the boys, come on, let's give it some more. We need to score, boys. Whilst this is not good enough, just dominating the game is not good enough. We need to score. We need to get on the score sheet, take the 3 points here, and if Manchester City draw at Sunderland, then we will go top of the league. And I can't believe that could happen. We do have a throw-in. We're into time coming up to half-time, and Achanach finds Fortes. Fortes to Achanach. Over the top to Zaprapoulis. Zaprapoulis has scored. It is Norwich 1, Wolves 0. It is no less than we deserve. I think it is VAR is going to be checked. And the way the Wolves players are reacting, I think it might be disallowed. And it has been disallowed. And I think if they walk towards the referee, especially the goalkeeper, then it is going to be disallowed. And, oh, it was so close. But that's what we need to do. And Zaprapoulis was in. But this is not good enough. And I need to tell them at half-time they are not good enough. Defensively, we have been fine. And I'm going to say this isn't good enough. And I'm going to tell the defenders, keep going, you have the ability. And I'm going to tell Marcos, you've not been good enough in front of goal. They've all reacted well. We need to get out there and make this count. A 0-0 is not going to be good enough today. We have to go out there and make this count. And here is Silva. Silva's on a yellow card. He needs to be careful. Looks inside for Lasharas. Lasharas finds Fortes. Fortes with the ball over to Zaprapoulis. Zaprapoulis breaking down the right wing. Can he get it into the box? Looking to get down the wing. Looks inside. Finds Achanach. Achanach into Allen. Allen with a chance. It has gone in. It's Marcos. And having told Marcos you have not been good enough, he's answered the call. It's Norwich 1, Wolves 0. It's no less than we deserve. We are absolutely hammering them. And that could have taken us to the top of the league. A beautiful pass inside, and Allen's shot was deflected off Marcos into the back of the net. And hopefully that will spur Marcos on to bigger and better things now. Just check on Manchester City. Manchester City are still 0-0, and so we have gone to the top of the Premier League. And this is something I was not expecting. And there are now 60 minutes gone. We have 30 minutes of this game to play out. There is another corner, and we have scored again. And it is Silva who has made it 2-0. And now I think we can rest and relax a little bit. We have totally dominated them. Possession-wise, it's been fairly even, but we have been so much more creative than Wolves, and by pulling the line back a little bit, that has helped us to defend against the gegenpress that they have been playing. I think it's time to go and make some changes, but we'll do it after this highlight. We really don't want Wolves to come back into the game at this point. We just need to defend well, keep defending as we've been defending, and keep the pressure on them, keep pressing them, keep defending them, and we'll see this game out. But do something silly now, and that will be really upsetting. And here come Wolves. There's a chance, and it is a good save. It's gone out for a corner, and it wouldn't surprise me if Wolves get a goal back here, as we are coming into the last 25 minutes. I desperately do want to make some substitutions. The ball's into the near post. It is cleared away, and we can make our substitutions. And so we have made 4 changes, and we did have some very tired players on the pitch. We just need to see this game out now. Manchester City at the moment are still 0-0 with Sunderland, and so if this remains this way at the end of the fixture, then we do have another injury, and Marcos has now got himself injured. That is a bit unfortunate, but I did feel that possibly we were doing a little bit too well. And I do have a problem on the left wing. We're going to bring on Norris. And that's all I can do at this point in time. He doesn't know how to play on the left wing. But that's all I can pretty much do. Wolves have not been in the game. And so hopefully we will see this game out. Marcos' injury is obviously a big concern. We could do without injuries at this time. And there's a ball into the box. It's headed past the post. It has been saved, and it will be another corner. There's just a couple of minutes left. There's 4 minutes of time added on. We just need to see this game off and I just need to find out how serious Marcos's injury is. But here come Wolves. They are looking to get one on the break here at the end, and we do need to defend well. We've defended well all game, but we have allowed them space. They are looking to counter-attack here quite strongly. There's a ball into the box, and it's cleared by Silva, and it goes out for a corner. It remains Norwich 2, Wolves 0. We just need to hold on now, and I think we'll just see this game out. Even if they score now, I think that they're not going to score twice. They've only had 2 shots in the entire game. It will be a bit unkind if they actually come back and draw this game. But it is headed away, and we just keep defending the way that we've been defending, and then everything will work out. And Wolves are being forced back. We are into time added on now. We are 2-0 up, and we have beaten Wolves by 2-0, comprehensively put them away. Nice work, everyone. That was good. And we'll just check in now on the result with Manchester City, and hopefully it will see us top of the Premier League. But Manchester City have beaten Sunderland, and they beat them by 1-0. But that has sent us top of the league on goal difference, although goal difference for both teams is 20. So we are joint top, shall we say, at the moment. We probably are top because we have scored more goals than them. But what a performance. And we've beaten Wolves. Manchester City have won, but we have gone top of the Premier League. We have to play away at Aston Villa now, and Aston Villa, where are Aston Villa in the league? They are in 11th. It's a game that we can get something out. There is no doubt about that. So we need to go and get these players ready for the Villa game. I am so excited. I can barely get my words out at the moment. I think I just need to go and have a drink of something before I come back. And let's hope that the Villa game goes as well, because I think City have a much easier game this time. So let's go and get the team ready. Let's go and beat Villa. And we'll see you very soon. And just before we go into the game against Aston Villa, you can see that we have dropped down to 3rd in the table. Manchester City, though, only drew with Burnley, while Manchester United won their fixture. So that means Manchester United are 2 points ahead of us. If we beat Villa, we will go to the top. And there is not much of a gap between the first 7 teams in the Premier League. Good win here, though, today against Villa. Then we could go top of the league. But our injury crisis is getting worse and worse. And at the moment, we have 5 players out at the moment. We have lost Antonio, so we only have 2 centre-backs available. He's going to be out with blisters, bless him, for about 10 days. Then Marcos is still out, Hillman is still out, Wilden is still out, and Ollie Banks is still out. We're now at the point where we are unable to put together a full bench. And it is happening all over again. What an injury crisis. We just need to hope that we can go out there and beat Villa today. It's a game we can win. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today against Aston Villa, in amongst all these injuries that we have put together a team that I think is capable of winning. Jay Neal will play up top. Kitambala comes back into the team. And in goal we have Gotts. At the back we have Allen, Silva, Lasharas and McSweeney, unchanged from the last match. Ahanach, Fortes and Zaprapoulis, also unchanged from the last game. And Kitambala, Pook and Neal will play up front. It is a team that can win this game, but I'm also very aware that in every FM save that I've done in the last year or so, Aston Villa have been a bogey team, and it is about time that I laid this bogey to rest. And they are actually a very fast team, and so I have gone with the standard line of defence. We are going to step up to prevent them threading through balls. I don't know if it's the right thing to do against Villa. They are very, very pacey, and we need to be aware of this pace. We don't want to be turning the ball over in transition and allowing them to counter-attack at pace. We want to be closing them down, but I'm not sure that we want to be closing them down that hard. So we just want to control the game in terms of our passing, but it is Villa who are controlling the game. But Fortes has picked it up. Fortes finds Zaprapoulis. Zaprapoulis bursting into the box. He's got a ball inside, and Neil says, "Thank you very much. I haven't had an opportunity like that in a while. I'll take that." J. Neil continues with his development, no matter where we play him, whether it be in midfield, attacking mid, or whether he plays up as front as a striker. He is awesome, that boy. I hope we can hold on to him. I hope he's not going to be one of these players who decides that he's going to leave at the soonest opportunity and money becomes really important to him. But if we can keep developing as a team as we are, he'll want to stay with us. He'll want Norwich to be winning the Champions League. And here is Neil again. Neil looks for Fortes, and Fortes with a real chance. We should have made it 2-0 there. We are winning this game quite comfortably. Again, we're not dominating possession as much as I would like to be comfortable, but the match momentum is all with us. At the moment, we are still top of the league, and this is what we set out to do at the beginning of the episode. And can we do it? But here come Villa. What a chance, and he's lost control, and Gotts picks it up. Gotts, he's going to look now to feed it short. We want to be playing out of the back just a little bit. I don't like Goats actually passing long because we just tend to turn the ball over, but I would prefer the central defenders and wing backs to be doing the passing out of defence. And there's a nice pass into Neil. Neil, can he look for support? We need to get numbers into the box. It comes to Kitambala. Kitambala has made it 2-0. Neil involved again. Neil is having an absolute blast out there. This boy is going to be worth some money in a year or so. We just need to keep hold of him. He is a great player, and he's not yet 20. And what a strike from Kitambala. Back in the side, combining with Neil. It is now 2-0. We are romping away with this, and Aston Villa have no answer to the way we're playing. We do have a free kick, and it is... Who is it over the ball? It is Zaprapoulis over the ball, of course. He is going to take the free kick. And there's the shot. It hits the crossbar and goes over. We should be 3 or 4-0 up at the moment. Aston Villa are looking to be a little bit tired. They've done a lot of running around. The standard line seems to work quite nicely with the step up against these very fast teams. We've also asked them to close down a little less, and this has worked for today's game. Pacey teams are always a problem, and we have, just by defending deeper and by stepping up, we have taken away any threat that pace that provides for them. And at the moment we're looking very comfortable in this game. I need to tell the boys that we don't want complacency coming into this, and we'll tell the defenders, keep going, you have the ability. We'll also say that to the midfielders, and we'll say, I'm going to say to J. Neil, I'm delighted with your efforts, and that's made him feel a little bit better. And hopefully J. Neil can add to his goal tally in the second half. Villa still not really much of a threat. Just need to keep an eye on anybody who might be causing us problems. There isn't really anybody who looks like they're going to cause problems. And we are just fairly comfortable in this game. And we are outplaying Aston Villa. We need to get more shots on target. That is something that is disturbing me a lot during this save. But we'll go and make some substitutions now. And so we have made a couple of changes, and we still are pretty much dominating the game. All the match momentum is with us. I'm very impressed with McSweeney as well, who's come in at left back. Just a breakthrough prospect, but he's made that left back slot his own. He is our first choice left back at the moment. Just a 2-star player, but what a player he's turning out to be. Here is Norris. Norris finds Lasharas. Lasharas to McSweeney. McSweeney looks to drive it forward, but he has lost the ball. Commentator's curse, just as I was bigging him up. And here is Kitambala. He finds Zakarioki, who's just come on the right-hand side for Pook who was getting very, very tired. And there's a ball into the box, it's headed out, and Villa will look to counter-attack. But that's well done by Sweeney. He's won the ball. Sweeney passes back to Lasheras. Well done, Sweeney. He's having a very, very good season. He's just a young kid himself who's a breakthrough prospect. But we've decided to play him, and he's doing particularly well. And here is Kitambala again. Beautiful pass into Neil. Neil rifles it in. It is Aston Villa 0, Norwich 3. Jay Neal's having the time of his life out there, and he's enjoying himself. And I had a funny feeling he might add to his tally when he seemed to get a little bit more confident when I dropped a little bit of praise on him at half-time. And boy, did he bury that. It's now Aston Villa 0, Norwich 3. We are going to finish on top of the Premier League at the end of this episode. We have just dispersed Aston Villa. They have had no threat. They've been no threat to us. Time to make a couple more changes. And so we have made our final 2 changes just to bring some fresh legs onto the pitch. Allen and McSweeney, I decided to leave them on. They are playing well. I don't even mind if Villa get a goal back now at this stage. It tends to happen a lot in FM, but it really does have no effect on the game. And Villa are coming forward, and Villa have scored. And it is quite strange how that happens quite a lot. But 3-0, 3-1, it doesn't really matter. There's just 3 minutes left now. It's pretty much game over. And that has not worried me in the slightest. We did bring Pari on at the back, and it might be that his lack of height has caused us a bit of a problem there. But we're going to finish this episode top of the league. And that is something I was not expecting 1 year into this save. And what a performance against a very, very quick Aston Villa team. I think playing with a deeper defence and stepping up is worked very nicely in both of those games that we played. We are top of the league, and that is absolutely outstanding. And our run just continues, and we have now gone on a 7-game winning streak. Got a couple of more difficult fixtures coming up in Arsenal and Manchester City, but I think we'll come back probably around about the beginning of January, maybe for Leeds and Manchester United, when we will have some news of what's going on in the transfer window, and we will hopefully still be on our quest for European football. And that's it for this video. If you are brand new to the channel, you like FM content, why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow, help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling up above. And I couldn't be happier at the moment as manager of Norwich 1 year in. Who would have thought that Norwich would be top of the Premier League? All that remains to be said now is we will see you in the next episode.